This is Woe from Philadelphia. You're watching Bay Area Rocks.
You're watching Bay Area Rocks, and I'm here with Woe. Why don't you guys introduce yourselves?
Sean Riley, bass guitar player guy.
Chris Grigg, guitar and vocals.
Zeszek Chapla, drums.
Ben Brand, guitar.
Please give me a little bit of background of your band and how you guys got together and started the band and everything about Woe.
So I started Woe in 2007, kind of as like a little experiment project thing, and just kind of as like a experiment and also like a tribute, just kind of my take on doing what bands I loved were doing, and just started taking up more time and getting more serious. And I mean, I could give you like a more detailed description if you know.
Just give them the hot stuff.
The hot stuff. Just give you the hot stuff. Okay, 2007. I released a full length. I recorded and played everything on it, and then put a full band together in 2009. Did some shows, did a little touring, signed with Candlelight Records at the end of 2009. Released a new album in last year, and we just played Scion Rock Fest down in Pomona. And this is night 4 of our West Coast tour.
Tell me a little bit about the Scion Festival and what band really stood out for that festival that you guys saw and played with.
We got to see some real rockers. Probably the best death rock performance of the night was Morbid Angel. You can't really mess with that. They were really good. I've never seen them before, and it's just awesome to see a band that we've all listened to for so many years, and they just totally brought it.
I didn't get to go in and see Morbid Angel because they were at capacity at that time, but Obituary was pretty sweet. I liked Dispirit a lot because it was foggy and red, and the bass tone was killer. Everything was awesome. The whole thing was just almost too good to be true, because then it wouldn't have worked if it was too good to be true.
Yeah.
So, yeah, here.
My favorite band was actually the first band that I saw, a two-piece called Dark Castle, and it just sounded really, really evil. And as a two-piece, like if you closed your eyes, you wouldn't think that you were listening to a two-piece. They really, really blew me away, and then I got to hang out with them. So they were really awesome. Slow and evil, Dark Castle. Check them out.
Yeah, playing Scion Rock Fest was awesome. Probably my favorite bands of the night. There's this new band, Integrity. I think they just started, and I think they're from Hawaii. And then there was this other Cleveland, Hawaii. There was this other really new band. Yo, guys, I'm trying to be serious about faking being ignorant. This other new band, Municipal Garbage. Municipal Waste. Yeah. I hadn't heard. Some sort of trash band. Yeah, they had really cool breakdowns and death metal vocals and blast beats, and so I really liked Municipal Wasters. That was it, Municipal Wasters. Yeah, I think they're new.
Also, the band Wormrot from Singapore brought it as well. They're one of my favorite grind bands right now. There was lots of cool stuff. Our buddies Cough from Richmond, Virginia were really good as well.
So tell me about your album, The Quiet Undramatically, and tell me exactly, is it like a concept album, the way it flows together? I listened to it actually today for my first time, and I just thought that the way it flowed together and everything like that it kind of sounds like it's almost like a concept album. Is that true, or?
Well, it was definitely written with some goals in mind, definitely written with a definitely written and arranged in a very deliberate way to give it kind of a natural, just have it with a natural flow. I kind of first write each song individually to flow naturally, and then there's a little bit of an art to finding the right order so it all seems to work and not get dull. It's a concept album in that the songs all have common themes and common ideas, but it's not a concept album in like a Cradle of Filth, telling a story concept album. It's more of like a series of related essays, you could say. I think
cool. You guys consider yourselves like a black metal band, and with black metal, like especially from Scandinavia or places like that, do you think that the black metal scene or music has changed in any way or progressed in any way that when you first started listening to it?
Yeah, I mean, black metal has always been a pretty broad term. You'd agree with that, right? Yeah. Black metal's always been like a really broad term and like a big idea, and in America, and I guess these days, because it's the Scandinavian scene is really what took off and was the most popular, and I guess it influenced everyone. But it's even from the beginning, it got big in Norway, but right at the same time that a lot of the like bands we think of as classics were playing, there were also bands in like South America in particular that were, and even early on, even there were some American bands doing it, and it was still different from region to region. So, and it's definitely continued to change. And, my personal interpretation of black metal changes a lot. And, everyone kind of defines it on their own. And I think these days it's a much broader term even than when it all started. So,
I have something cool to say. Like, pretty much when it started out, every band that wasn't from Scandinavia was pretty much emulating Scandinavian black metal. And now, yes.
No. Oh, no. I just disagree.
Okay.
No, well, because I don't want to say things that I think are facts that aren't actually facts, and then you'll be like, no, dude, they actually didn't start until 1994, and I'll be like, oh shit.
Save it for the blogs.
We'll save it for the blogs. Save it
So, for the question of black metal evolution. Yes. So the cool thing that I think about black metal is that everyone can make whatever it is to themselves, because what I thought black metal was 3 years ago, or what I thought black metal was when I was in high school, totally different than what I think black metal is now. And what black metal originally was is not what black metal became, because Norway did their version of black metal. That's not what originally black metal was. And then a lot of bands tried to do what Norway did. So unfortunately it's 2011, and we're doing what Whoa does. So in that respect, black metal evolves and continues to do so. And I think that's what keeps it exciting and fresh, and people still want to do it because they can do it their way. There's some rules, there's some guidelines. No God, please.
So you guys are from Pennsylvania. Can you tell me a bit about the scene in Pennsylvania? And you also, don't you have something like you do work on a blog and then help out the scene yourself there? Can you talk to me about how you help out the scene and what the metal scene is like in Pennsylvania?
Well, I mean, we're from Philadelphia, and the Philly metal scene is very different than the rest of the metal scene. I mean, PA is a pretty big state. In Philly, it's awesome. I mean, I guess there are some people who would disagree, but there are a ton of shows, ton of bands. A lot of the bigger tours are skipping us, but a lot of the bigger tours are full of really douchey bands who I don't care about anyway. But yeah, I don't know who goes to see these bands, but like as far as like the underground, the scene is thriving. Everyone stops there on tour. Tons of DIY like houses, and we have basements out on the East Coast, and basement shows and stuff. And I run a website. I put together phillymetal.com a bit over a year ago, because even though the scene is big and there are a ton of bands, it's also a ton of bands that everyone's friends with each other and everyone knows each other, and it's kind of hard if you're like an outsider. Like up until the website was up, if you didn't know someone who was going to shows, or if you weren't already going to shows, it would be hard to find out about what was up, since there was no like central location. So yeah, I just put a site together, and the scene kind of uses that as a way of getting the word out and stuff, and I think it's helped. yeah, so that's my take on it. The rest of PA, it's like farmland, and they like new metal, and Pittsburgh apparently rules. I've heard bad things about Pittsburgh, man.
So, I think Pittsburgh has a really awesome punk scene. Lots of cool houses. I guess I think Pittsburgh rules because I've made friends with some key people there. But the scene is awesome. And the shows, I don't know, Pittsburgh rules, you know? But the rest of PA sucks.
So what local bands would you like to talk about that are from your area that, you know, you would like to promote? Or also tell me bands that you guys are also in. I know you're in different bands. So can you talk about that for me?
Yeah, I'm in some bands. Rumpelstiltskin, Philadelphia thrash band. What else we got? What's some of them other bands?
Who do we like? Sagicacia rules. Nothing is over. 215. That will ruin your life. Sweet. Name three. Everybody name a sweet Philly band that they like that they're not in.
It's like Coffin Dust. It's pretty awesome.
Coffin Dust.
Backslider.
I like Returner's pretty damn good as well. Yeah. They do some like good thrash proggy stuff. That's my weakness is prog stuff.
I really like Nothing Is Over. They're my favorite Philly band. They'll ruin your life.
And then talk about the bands you're other bands.
I play drums in Whoa, and I was the original bassist for Nothing Is Over. And I play drums, and I formed a band called Infernal Stronghold. And Ben used to play in a sweet band called Ink and Dagger.
No, I didn't. Let me rectify that. I played. That's all right. Did like a 3-piece instrumental thing with one of the old drummers from Ink and Dagger, and it was a prog thing again. And I also play in Woe. That's about it for now. Yeah, right. There's a couple little things, but they're really not ready to be, see the light of day yet. So, and here you go.
And there's me. We talked about bands we like. I like Grass. They're a good band. I mean, I feel like there are a lot of like new bands that I'm excited about, like bands that like just got together. Bands I'm in. I play drums in a grindcore death metal band called Unrest. I do drums and vocals. And then I play drums live. I play drums for this New Jersey black metal band called Krieg, who've been around for a while. They're also on Candlelight Records with us. So I drum for Krieg, but I also we've been doing a lot of like studio stuff where I've been playing bass and guitar, just kind of like as needed. So yeah, I mean that's pretty much all of us, right? Sean is also in Krieg. Sean's also Krieg's bassist. And he is working on this kind of grindy, like crusty, grindy D-beat stuff that's awesome. But we can't talk about that yet because it's... Can we talk about it? I mean...
No, absolutely do not mention that. Edit that out.
Well, no, we can talk because we don't have any... you don't have it recorded. And, we should like... Yeah, we'll get there. We'll do this stuff. You can talk about it. Talk about it.
No. Is it against the rules?
No, it's not against. It's not against the rules. It's just it's new. I don't know. I don't want it to be like, You did. Oh, I should bring a jello pole for us to jello wrestle. No, that sounds a lot of fun. So yeah,
You can still hear us even though we're whispering.
So what festivals would you guys like to play that you've always wanted to play?
Vakken, isn't that what it's called?
Vakken.
What's them other big ones?
Inferno.
Hammer. Ozfest,
The Warp Tour,
Death Fest, Warp Tour.
If Blink-182 plays, I would love to play.
Lilith.
What's that other thing? That like Jägermeister thing?
Lilith Bear. I don't know why that's so funny.
What's that one show where it's like all the biggest metal, like some sort of monster thing? Monsters of Rock.
Yeah, with the one that Megadeth made, right?
No, the gigantic
Guys, we got to talk into the microphone.
Mayhem Festival. That's where like Slipknot.
Marilyn Manson does?
I don't know if Manson did it, but it's like Family Values.
Family Values tour.
Yeah, we'd like to get on the Family Values tour. Oh, we want to play The Gathering of Juggalos.
Oh, why we should just...
You know, psychopathic. Yeah, I'd like to do that. And there's this.
We'd like to do Scion Fest every goddamn
Yeah, we'd like to do Scion Fest every year.
So tell me what the future has to hold for WoW, and also, what would you like to say to your fans?
In the future, I hope that WoW will have risen to our proper place as some sort of tyrant dictators that oppress the weak and slaughter those who stand against us. We'd probably release plagues. We'd probably rule from some sort of tower, rocket, helicopter thing. You know, that's the future for WoW: oppression and fear.
Talk about how Ross Sewage got in the band.
Ross Sewage got in the band by being the best dude ever. He's not in the band.
Ross is the best dude on the West Coast.
Yeah, Ross Sewage.
He's helping you guys out.
He's just helping us out. Ross is big time.
If Ross was in the
Band, we would be way better. We would instantly be way better. Probably, we'd have costumes. We'd probably be wearing costumes with blood on them because he does that a lot. Not always, but.
Well, I want to thank you guys. Thank you, Woe, for doing the interview and being so funny, and I'm glad I got you guys all in a better mood. See, I got them to laugh. And you're watching Bay Area Rocks.